Before you begin speaking, please let me introduce and emphasize the importance of the four skills of learning in English. And let me say that again, that there are four basic skills which are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And each one of your colleague, طبعا in addition to Muhammad there, is going to personify. You know, personify, you just said, is going to personify and talk about one of these skills. Each one of them will play the role of this skill and is going to introduce this skill to you, talking about the characteristics, talking about the benefits and advantages that can be gained, that can be acquired from this skill. Let's begin with the first colleague here. Yes?
First of all, I'm going to talk about listening. Let's consider one of the most important core skills to learn or improve your learning English, for example. So, as we know, listening is considered as an entrance or access to learn any language. For example, if you want to learn English language, so we can't learn any language without listening to. Listening, as we know, is considered as I said, it's the most important point because it makes you qualified to know that native speaker, how to know how to pronounce or how to speak the word. And this is considered the way of pronunciation. And if you want to improve this skill, we can do it many ways, as listening to music and watching movies and practice daily and practice it by daily series or actions.
Drama,
Yeah.
any series, yes. Any programs spoken in English?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you mean any program spoken in English. Even those documentary programs. You can also listen to news spoken in English, said in English. You can listen to native speakers if you like, or some channels, radio or TV channels, which transmit its programs in English language. That's very good idea.
So you should make sure you can clear any language without listening to.
Yeah,
that's the
very
most important point here.
Very good, very good. What about other skills? What is the skill that you are going to talk about?
I talk about writing.
Yeah.
I think that by writing...
Can you yes. Would you please write the word writing here? Write your skill, the name of your skill. Writing. Yeah, what can you tell us about writing? About the importance of writing?
I think the importance of the writing, because throughout writing you will be able to make all of your senses function about spelling the word in your head, because you print every word you're saying in your head before saying and writing it. And throughout writing you will be able to remember lots of vocabularies.
Yeah, in writing, yes, in writing you are printing the letter here in your mind. You are introducing yourself to the letter. You can know about the figure, the shape, the form of the letter, because you know each language has its own shapes of letters. We cannot say that the Chinese language, for example, is similar to the Arabic language or to the English language. There is some difference. There is differences between the shape of the letters in any language, in each one of these languages. And as Muhammad says, of course, when you write, you can make all your senses work. You can function. You can motivate. You can employ all your senses. The sense of writing, the sense of holding the pen, the pencil, writing, the sense of pronouncing the letter, the sense of introducing yourself to new words, and so on. This is the skill of writing, and in addition to that, you can gain the skill of good handwriting, and you have your time. You have your enough time when you write a word. You have your enough time to know the word better than to listen to this word or even to read it. Because you take more time when you write the word. You take more time, right? Okay. This is about your skill. Thanks a lot. What about your skills also? What's your skill?
Talk about reading.
Yeah, write your skill. This reading. Yeah, what can you tell us about reading? The importance of this skill.
In reading, we can know about, we can improve our
Yes. In reading, we can know
about right spelling.
Yeah.
That we keep it in listening skills.
Yes.
And know about notice the word that we keep it in writing skills.
Yes.
And improve our accent by reading more and more, and keep the passage in our TOEFL books by heart.
Yes, I see.
And we can become speaking fluently.
Yeah, that's very good, because when you listen, you don't see the word. You orally get the word, right? You get the word orally. You don't see the word here. In listening, you listen to the word. You hear the word. You hear the sound, the voice of the word. And when you read, this is already given to you. This is already given to you. You made no efforts. This is available. But when you write, you make an effort. You make an effort. And concerning reading also, as we previously said, we can begin at the first level of reading. We can begin with reading simplified books or booklets or any prints written in English. We can even begin reading with any stories, with fairy tales or children's stories or some simplified style books written in simplified style. This is the skill of reading, of course. And when you read, after you listen, you begin to give and to pronounce and to act and to produce the correct spelling. And listening comes to support the process of producing sounds and letters and words, and this is very good. Thanks a lot, I appreciate it. What's your skill, please?
Speaking.
Speaking, right, the skill. Speaking, don't you think that speaking is the most important? Is it most important than the remaining ones? Which one is more important? Huh? All of you say that speaking is the most important. Now my question is, can we arrive the step of speaking without these steps? Then no step is more important than the other. No step. Because each one of these skills builds a new brick. You know bricks? Brick builds a new brick, a new stem of a ladder to reach the roof. They are just like a ladder. You have to go up one by one. You have to step up one by one to reach, and to arrive the roof up there. And without these steps, we cannot get there. We cannot. So we cannot say that one of them is the most important, but we can say that the practical initiation, the practical beginning, the practical test, if you like, and the practical experience is speaking, because when you begin speaking, you are in front of the language face to face. You are required to give everything you have acquired, everything you have learned. You have to employ and to give the fruit of listening. You have to give the fruit of reading. You have to give the fruit of writing and everything that had been given to you, and you are in front of the real exam and the real test. So what can you tell me about speaking?
Actually, I think speaking is a final level of the language, because by speaking you can root your language at your mind, and by speaking English from time to time with the other, you can improve your skills, and you can apply all what have you learned at the other skills, and apply to your grammar,
yes,
and improve it. And finally, you can speak like the native speakers.
Yeah, very good.
By the time.
Very good. Speaking, what I have mentioned now, we can also know what I've mentioned are the characteristics of speaking, but there are some other features, some other benefits, some other characteristics of speaking we can mention here. We can say that when we want, the moment we want and intend to begin speaking, we have to keep in mind that we are not required to begin to initiate our language, to start our language in using complex sentences. Okay, you can have your seats, please. Thank you very much. You are not required, my dear. You are not required to begin with using complex sentences, because using complex sentences means that you are specialized. You are specialized in the language, and you are one of the professionals. But are all the people who learn any language specialized?
No.
It's not essential. There are some people